So we're dropping pre-market to take out the lows. I took a little bit, before I started streaming, I took a short, but I just trailed a little too tight. So I got taken out for like $200 profit on all my accounts. Right now I have 6 funded accounts, and then there's two alpha future evals that are like, I need like $70 to pass them. So we're gonna try and pass that today. So we'll see if we can catch like $70, honestly. What up, Big Rig? Yeah, I want to see us come lower. This week I'm really expecting us to take out these lows down here. It's kind of the idea. For us to come down, take out 24,151. That's the overall bias. Today, I do want to see us go lower, but it is a half day, and it's also like technically holiday, so we may come down and just, you know, like take these lows and then chop the rest of the day. So like off the open, we might just get like a run and then we just like stop. I just need to avoid any type of whiplashing bullshit. But on this account, technically this is the 4th day, so I'm already up 200. But I do want to pass these alpha future accounts. So I'll probably use pretty small size, just because today may or may not be a good day to trade. And then we'll see if I can get 8 funded accounts. And then I'll probably split up my copy trading, and I'll copy trade them in groups of 2 so I don't lose all of them at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, I caught the shorts somewhere up here. I think it was like right as we were breaking lower after this wick came down. And then I just like was trailing my stop loss really tight and I got taken out because it was kind of choppy. Thanks, you too, Big Rig. Catch some dubs today. Try not to get destroyed if price action is low volume and it's chopping. But the target for sure right now, if we continue lower, is at least 734. But I'm probably just gonna wait for market open. It'd be unfortunate if we literally just run right now to go take this out before market open, because I don't want to trade it. Damn, dude, I should have held. Should not have trailed my stop. Yeah. I wanted it to go lower, but when it was doing this and I entered in short around here, it just like... it just was kind of sketchy. But then what's been happening pre-market at least is the candle like will move and then it'll snap back and then it'll move down again and then snap back. And so that was kind of happening in these candles. And then when I was trailing my stop really tight, it ended up like snapping back and taking me out and then continuing to drop. So I kind of messed up by trailing too tight, but it's alright. It's because I was trying to lock in the... I needed like 270 to pass the 2 alpha future accounts, but I ended up only making like 200. So I need... what is this? $62 basically. $62. Oh yeah, also I got an Ethernet cable, so hopefully my internet should be better now. I did a speed test and when I was using Wi-Fi on my PC, it was just like dog shit. Yeah, Zal, I'm just gonna hopefully, I mean, I don't know if today counts as its own trading day with Top Step. I can't remember. Or if it's gonna blend in with tomorrow. I forgot how they treat the half days. Yeah, let me know, Paigey. That'd be helpful. Thank you. Because if today counts as its own day, then it'll be the 4th day of the 8th payout cycle. The only thing I'm worried about is like now I have like 4 funded accounts with Top Step. And I'm worried that I'm gonna take a payout and then they're just gonna like consolidate all my accounts into one and put me in their shitty ass live account, but hopefully not. But if they do, it is what it is, I guess. But I got a confession to make. On Thursday, I ended the stream down. I was down like 300 or something. And then the moment I got off, the market started to melt. And then I made all my money back. Plus more. Plus profits. Yeah, when you go live with Top Step, they consolidate all your accounts. And what's shitty is they changed the rules so that if they do move me live, because keep in mind, like, this is a brand new account, okay? I just took the first trade on it today. I took 1 payout on this account, and then this account is a brand new account. So for the brand new accounts that haven't pulled a payout yet, basically if they move me to live, apparently they can only move the balances over to a live account if you've actually pulled a payout from that account. So if that's the case, then this account and this account are basically just a waste of time. And they would move over this balance and this balance only. Because they could do it at any point, because technically, like, yeah, I'll take this off. Technically, I'm on my 8th payout cycle. I'm about to finish it. Like, if I just close today with $200 or more, basically, or 150 or more, and then I close tomorrow with another winning day, that finishes the 8th payout cycle for this account. And then we'll be on the 9th payout cycle. And I'm still on that that winning streak. Like I got fucking mad winning days on this shit. I'm on like a 25 or 26 day winning streak. And I have like over 37 or 39 or something winning days. Okay. So they're probably going to combine today. CME. The CME. Alright. It's alright. The mod says it says today counts. Why is your screenshot all... He says today counts as a trading day, but did he specify that it's also combined with tomorrow? I guess that's the real question. It is what it is. Honestly, I don't really care either way. We'll see how long my winning streak can last. Technically, it ended on stream, and then I brought it back on Thursday, which is kind of shady. But it's like, bro, I was down like 300 on Thursday, and market wasn't moving. And then the moment I get off, we just start melting. What am I supposed to do? Just not trade it because I'm not streaming? Like, come on. I gotta take advantage of it. So, winning streak technically is still alive. Man, I wish I would have held this. I think we're probably going to open up and just potentially run and take this and not offer any type of entry. And then after that, just chop. That's like the scenario that I don't want to happen. But it's alright. If we just sit here today and like we don't end up taking a trade, I mean, it is what it is. It's better not to try and press the gas on a day like today if price action's not going to be good, but you never know. I mean, sometimes people say like, oh, it's a holiday, but there's been half days where price action was like great. So I just show up just to see what's going to happen, because you never know. I just got to be careful because I am trading 2 funded accounts right now with FFN, and if I accidentally stay in a trade when the market closes, they're gone. They are gone. Would I be profitable without order flow? I'll say no. Could I do it now without order flow? Probably. But if I would have never started trading order flow, I don't know. But I wouldn't say that you need order flow to be profitable. You could trade whatever. I just think it helped me with my psychology of like waiting and like filtering and understanding like when to not trade. think that's the most important thing, is just understanding when to not trade. Because if you have like an edge, right, or you have a strategy, it's not like your strategy is going to work every single day with every single price leg. So it's just important to kind of understand, like, when the probabilities or the odds are not in your favor, well then just chill, because there will be another day, maybe even tomorrow, that will be better. Ooh. All right. We got market open in like 30 seconds. I'm gonna see if I can catch like $80. If I see an opportunity. I'm watching this area if we pump up though, like right around the 8:15 area. Because in the 15-minute candle, it's like a low volume node. But we'll see how the opening candle prints. So what I'm watching right now is I need to see how much volume there actually is in this. And just so you know, like here it says 1K, and as this candle builds up, it's going to increase and increase and increase. On a normal day with good volume, the opening candle is usually about like 40,000 to 50,000. This is kind of slow right now, but we may just run to take this. But I would wait though, because even though it's like low hanging fruit technically, and it's, you know, like still over 25 points, which is chill, it's just like, it's not the day to try and do that. If this was a different day and it wasn't a half day, then maybe we could try it, but I just don't want it to like come down and then pop up and then come down and then take it. So today we're going to be a bit more passive. We'll just sit here and watch. And if an opportunity is presented, we will take it. If not, then I'm lucky I caught my short pre-market. But so far, this is like really low volume for the open. We're almost halfway through this 5-minute candle, and we're only at about to be 8,000 contracts traded on MNQ, which is like nothing for the opening candle. But yeah, it's not looking too hot right now. It's looking like it's about to be kind of nasty. This 5-minute candle, the opening 5-minute candle, is probably going to close with like 15,000 contracts traded in it, which is nothing. On a normal day, it's usually like 40K, 50K. And that's going to kind of set the tone for how the market's going to move today, in my opinion. I want to see how the 5 minute closes. If it closes like this with the body down here, we may be able to try and just take a quick scalp to take out these lows at the open of the next 5 minute candle. I just need to try and make like 80 bucks so that I could pass my 2 alpha accounts. Yeah, this is kind of a weird close, so I'm gonna just wait for a second. Yeah, I have some videos on my YouTube regarding like order flow and how I use it and how I look at the market. And I'm gonna make more of them. I'm actually dropping a video this week about premium and discount and how I use it in terms of like through the lens of auction theory. Alright, I think I'm gonna enter in like 3 micros short, and I'm gonna just put my stop at the top of this 5 minute, and I want to see us start to flush towards 731. The moment that we take this low right here, I'm going to move to break even though, because we're kind of snapping back and forth. So we'll see if we can just run right now to take the lows, and then that'll be enough to pass my alpha accounts, and then it'll put me up a little bit more on the day. But I only went in 3 micros, so it's like very small size, because it's like whenever we have low volume, it's just lower, just like lower probability for how I trade. I think we should be good though. There's just a cluster of orders right here, so it needs a bit of volume to kind of slam through it. Otherwise we're gonna get hit right now, break even. Now we just wait again. I probably could have gotten out of that down here to pass those 2 accounts, but it's whatever. It's probably still gonna go down there, but this is just like in scenarios like this, it's just better to move my stop to break even pretty quick. Because we're about to be 10 minutes in the market open and we haven't gone anywhere. Like, We opened very close to these lows and we still haven't taken them yet, which is bullshit. I need $59. $59. Like, come on, dude. We'll catch it. We'll catch it. We'll just wait. If it does take this out though, you're gonna probably see like a red bubble like kind of snap past this. To take all these out. This cluster of orders just oh, never mind. Alright, so it took the lows. So basically like at this point we're gonna see what it does. The only thing I don't want it to do is now that we took this out, that we basically just like, what the fuck, dude? We just like fuck around right here. What I think I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna go to my trade sinker and I'm gonna change the leader of this to a different funded account, probably this one. And then I'm gonna turn all of this off. And I'm just gonna copy trade the 0 accounts and try and, so what is this? 2 3 5 5 5 3 5 5 5. Okay, this one. I'm just gonna try and catch $60 right now. I don't wanna risk the other accounts if they're already up, to be honest. Today's just not the day to be doing that, it looks like. Alright. $60. That's all I need. We'll wait. We'll wait. We're gonna leave. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take this account. I'm gonna lock out of it. Actually, I don't want to lock out of it because I don't know if it's gonna lock me out all the way until fucking the end of Tuesday. So we'll just leave it actually. Just gonna try and scalp $60. Yeah, I mean this is super low volume. We're not even breaking over 20,000 contracts on MNQ per 5-minute candle. Oh shit, I fucked that up, my bad. Cooked. I'm about to get cooked on that. I entered in too late. It's alright. Good thing I took off all the other accounts though. Negative risk to reward just to pass my alphas. Alright, cool. So that was a fucking retarded trade, but I got pretty lucky that it ended up continuing down. But the good news is that sweet. Okay. So we passed the 2 alpha accounts. So now I'm gonna change this back. So now we have 8 funded accounts. Gonna set ourselves up for a good March. I gotta add more accounts. I'm gonna try and get some of those my funded future accounts. The flex accounts. See if I can get up to like 15 funded accounts maybe. That last trade was retarded though. I was trying to enter in while it was flipping bearish, and then it just snapped down, and then I accidentally entered in at the fucking bottom of it like a dummy, and I just got lucky. Well, right now I was copy trading all of them together earlier this morning, but I'll probably start doing them in groups because I'll probably do 4 and 4 because I have 8 funded accounts. So I'll probably do like 2 Top Step, 1 Alpha, and 1 FFN, and then do that with 2 different groups. Just so in the event that like I tilt, that I don't literally blow all of my accounts at once. Which would be terrible. Hold on, did I turn this off? Okay. Okay, chill. But later this week, I'm expecting us again to start making our way towards 24,151. So the only way that I'm not really going to be looking for shorts again, like if I'm going to start flipping my bias, is if over today and tomorrow we kind of come down over here, and then once we start getting back above this area, if we like come down and then we pop back up over here, then I'm looking for us to actually dig deeper into this area. So then I'd be looking for us to go like that, and then potentially turn around again. But as of right now, I want to see us just go lower this week. Because if we were to look at the daily, like, what did we do? Well, took out these highs, came down, made a lower high, and then let's see if we can now target this area. It's kind of the idea that I'm looking for. Last week I was thinking we were going to do that, but we consolidated up here for a while. We are getting some selling pressure right now, but it's just like, yo, Jay Duran, are you still holding this short? If you are, then hell yeah. Let me change this back. Let me make sure. I gotta try and pull my payout. I'm like trying to get as much money out of this account as possible before they can move me to live. But they can do it whenever. Like, they can screw me and move me to live like before I can get my winning day tomorrow, or the day after, depending on if they count today and tomorrow as the same day. I would be devastated, because at that point it would be what, like 13,781 plus 1559, and then 30% of that. So 30%, no, 20% of that, even worse. $3,000. Turn basically 15 grand into 3 grand. I'd be devastated, dude. Not with the new rules, dude. They only let you bring in like, they only let you bring in 20%. So then basically, like, if they move me to live, right? They're gonna move me to live with this account and this account. So the balance will be like 15K. Something like that. They're going to ignore, I'm basically gonna forfeit this account and forfeit this account because they haven't had a payout yet because they're brand new. So then if I have 15K, the way that it works now with Top Step is they're going to, yeah, for Top Step, they're going to basically move over 15,000. They're going to lock up 80% of it. They're going to let me trade 20% of it, which is 3 grand. And the only way that I can unlock the rest of my money is I have to make 3 grand profit. So that's essentially Top Step telling me, like, we're going to move you to a live account. If they move me to a live account, they're going to move me to a live account, and then you got to double your money. You got to make over 100% returns for us to give you the rest of your bread again. Like, that's ridiculous. And then they're trying to gaslight everybody and tell them that, you know, it's giving you good habits. Like, what type of fund manager would make you double your account? Like, that's so fucking unrealistic. Like, what the fuck, dude? So yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So basically my goal is right now is like to take another 5 grand out of this, so then it's at like 8 or 9K. And then I'll be happy. If they move me at that point, I don't care anymore. I just want to take this last 5K out of it if I can this week. And then if they do, then I'll just trade their live account until I blow it or I keep it. Because the reason why I can't put a pause on this account is because they can move me over regardless. Like, if I keep trading this, they're gonna move me over. Like, I'm about to finish the 8th payout cycle. I'm about to have 40 winning days. 25 or 26 of those is in a row right now. And before, because you got to think of it like in terms of like Top Step trying to manage their risk, right? So like, let's say that I have this account and now I have this one and this one and this one. If I build up the balance on all of these, then they're gonna have to pay me out a lot more now. Or if I'm Top Step and I don't want to pay people out again, and I'm trying to pay people out as little as possible, then it makes sense as a firm to move these people to live and lock up their balance so they don't have access to it, so they can't take the payouts anymore. If that makes sense. So we'll see. Hopefully they don't. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Because they say they consider you for live after the 5th payout, and their risk team will like take a look at your account, and then I'm on the 8th payout. And also they don't just count one account. Like, if I have all of these accounts and I take a payout on all 4 of my accounts, that counts as like 4 payouts. You know what I mean? That's why you see people who are with Top Step that like you see people with Top Step who get 5 funded accounts, they take 1 payout and then they get moved to live because technically that was 5 payouts. So in all reality, with this, I'm already at this is the 8th, 7, 8, so then this will be the 9th payout with these accounts without blowing any funded accounts with Top Step. I probably won't really be using Top Step as much. My funded futures has a pretty good plan that I'd probably go pick up. The flex plan. And then FFN accounts. I'm trying to get my money back from FFN because that was like the first firm I traded with. So I have 2 of their funded accounts right now. They got like the best live account, in my opinion, in the entire industry. Their evals just kind of suck, but shorts 870. Damn, baller. It's a banger. Oh, you got out in the chop for a 1-to-1? Fuck. Fuck. That sucks. Today's pretty slow though. So if you are trading today, just be careful because it's slow. Volume's low. So when if we come up more, I'm watching this area right here. See if we're gonna go through it or not. And also, if for whatever reason you're red on the day today, like if you like are red on the day, do not try and make your money back right now. Today is not the day to try and make money back. You're better off like just waiting until tomorrow. Don't make it worse. Only if you're down like a lot though. Yeah, you can copy trade live accounts on TradeSync, or you can copy trade whatever. Although I've been looking at Tradecopia, but I don't know which one I should use. Does anyone in here use Tradecopia? Because I'm using TradeSyncer right now, but I think I might switch over to Tradecopia. It's just newer, and I'm kind of concerned about that, but I see people who just love it, so maybe there's no issues. Plus, it's like half the price of TradeSyncer. Although the cool thing about TradeSyncer, though, is like, I mean, Tradecopia has a desktop. It's like local, so it's better in my opinion. But if I'm on the go, I do like trading on my phone sometimes. And you can't really do local. You need like cloud-based, which Tradecopia has cloud-based too, but then what's the point? Nice trade. The longs. Yeah, so far it's actually been pretty clean. Like, even though volume's low and speed is slow, it's still like we haven't really chopped at all. It's just moving very slowly. So there's definitely opportunity, but Technically, my mission is accomplished. I passed my 2 alpha accounts. I got winning days on all of my accounts. Now I'm just seeing if... I'm technically just waiting for this 4 hour to see if we pick up a little bit of speed. You like the low volume? Yeah, I mean, at least, it's, I would say, to that point, it probably is easier to trade than when, like, last week and the week before we were having, like, 50, 60 point, 5-minute candles. That becomes a little bit difficult to trade. Unless you have, like, a really large stop loss. So at least today, with the volume being a little bit lower, and we're still having clean, like, somewhat clean moves, or clean moves so far, you can use like normal size and a normal stop loss, because the ATR right now for a 5-minute candle is only 23 points. But look at this 15. We're probably gonna push up at least into 8.15. Come back into Asia's range. Yo, VLYW, how do you like deep charts? I've never used them. I haven't had a red day. Since you bought the eval, or you bought deep charts? Well, that's what's up. I'm just used to ATAS. It's got everything I need on here. That's what's up. I want to try it out, but it's like, bro, like they don't have the monthly subscription. Like I gotta pay 3 months to try it out. Like, what the fuck? I gotta pay for 3 months of a software that I don't even know if I'm like or not. Like, why? Let me at least pay 1 month. You trying to trap me? You're trying to trap me into trading on their platform? It looks good though. I like their volume profile. Because I like their volume profile where it shows the delta. You can do that on ATAS, but it just doesn't look the same. It doesn't look as clean. Days like today are fun to scalp. Yeah, you could scalp it. I just usually try and avoid low volume, just because in the past, like every time I trade low volume, bro, I just get like rinsed. Although today's not that bad. It is low volume, but at least it's like moving in the same direction. Is that what those so do you have like an indicator on there that's like marking out low volume nodes? Wonder if they have something on here. that shit on here. Oh wait. Yeah, they don't have that shit on here. That's cool. The white, oh, it marks it out with a white line. Oh, that's what's up. Oh, we were talking about deep charts. So like there's a few order flow platforms, right? You got like Sierra charts. You can use Edge Pro X, you can use Quant Tower, you can use ATAS, you can use deep charts. There's some other ones, but whatever you do, do not try and trade footprint charts on TradingView. Just don't do it. Well, I like ATAS because I've been using it for a while. I used to trade footprint charts. Yeah, Motive Wave. Do they have footprint charts? I've never traded. I've never even tried their platform before. I've never tried it. Just like I see people using footprint charts with like TradingView. Just don't do it. That's not even actual tick by tick volume. They're just like, it's like aggregated, so it's not even accurate. It'll give you an idea, but it's bullshit. You're better off just like getting a platform if you actually want to trade footprint charts. I used to use Edge Pro, but they're not as good, I feel like, with Orderflow. I love ATAS. My experience with it's been great. They have an awesome backtesting engine. They have everything realistically that I need. The only one that I'm considering trying out over ATAS is deep charts, but I just like I said earlier, I don't want to pay 3 months in advance on a platform that I haven't used just to test it out. Whenever they start offering that like monthly subscription though, I'll probably buy it and I'll like test it out. Because they do have cool tools in it that I've seen that I don't have in ATAS. But for the most part, like realistically everything that I need is kind of right here in this platform. So I don't need to change anything, but I just like to check out new platforms sometimes. Yeah, so Meggy Move, I use my own data. They're sometimes what prop firms do if you're using their data is you're only gonna see like they limit the amount of orders that you can see above and below price. I don't know what Lucid does, but like most prop firms, they may offer like 10 above, 10 below, or even just like 2 above, 2 below, or 1 above, 1 below, which is total bullshit. I mean, that's not gonna help you. So I pay for my own Rhythmic live data. Like I pay for live data from AMP Futures, and it shows me like all the. For my data, I think I pay like $60 a month, but that's only because I'm paying for CME and I'm paying for COMEX. So if you only need CME, like if you just want to trade NQ and you're not looking at commodities like gold, silver, and things like that, then you only need CME. It'll probably be like, I don't know, $20-$30 for level 2 with the full book on it. But yeah, like if like let's say for example I go take one of my prop firm accounts and I connect it to ATAS and it's using like a different type of data this is all gonna, this whole like heat map and all these DOM levels are all gonna be all fucked up because they're just not displaying it. Which is like most prop firms do that. Unless they have some type of like add-on where they make you pay for it. Yeah. For annual cost for ATAS, I don't know what the annual cost is, but trying to hack your dad. What the fuck does that even mean, dude? Sorry, bro. Didn't know that was your dad when I hacked him, I guess. Oh, but what I was gonna say though is I don't know what the annual cost is for ATAS, but you can get their pro plan, I think, which is like 40 or 50 bucks a month. They just limit you on how many connections you can have. They would have ate the snake. Very true. What do you mean it's too late once you see large orders? The purpose of seeing like let's say we're looking at big trades, right? The purpose of seeing big trades is not trying to front run a big trade. You'll never, I mean, the chances of you trying to front run big trades, that's like not the way you should be using them. The way that we use big trades is we see them pop up. So we're not trying to anticipate when they're going to happen. We just see them pop up. And then once they pop up, we need to understand context. Like, is that responsive order flow or was it initiative order flow? And then we watch what happens following a big trade. And the reaction, whether it's acceptance or rejection following a big trade, then we can determine to make a decision based off of that information. So it's not like you take a, it's not like we see, like let's say right now, no, you do not go in the direction of big trades. So like, let's say if there's a big red bubble that pops up right here, okay? That doesn't mean that we go, oh, sellers are coming in, let's short it. What you'd want to see is we see a big trade pop up, we go, okay, there's a big trade. Now we need to consider context. Where are we? Was there a large cluster of orders sitting right here that caused that big trade, or was that just a straight up market order? So, I mean, they're going to be market orders regardless, but then we're going to see if the candle is going to continue with that bearish big trade, or if we're just going to reject and pop back up. So you do not enter into a trade just because you see a big trade. That's not how you use it. And you're going to get smoked. You're going to get smoked doing that. We wait for it to pop up. We wait for the reaction. We look to see if it's going to be accepted or rejected. And then we use that information with context to make a decision. So, seeing large orders, you'll never be too late because you're not trying to anticipate it anyways. I hope that made sense. I have a whole entire video on it where I explain it in detail with pictures. So, if you want to watch it, it's on my YouTube. It's called like Big Trades Explained or something. But yeah, just the only thing that people make a mistake with order flow, I feel like, is like there's kind of a lot to look at, right? Like, you may look at this and be like, what the fuck is this guy looking at? If you don't really understand what's happening, or you don't understand like auction theory, or like, you have to be careful just seeing random shit on your chart and then trying to trade it. If you really don't understand it, you may just like be fucking yourself. The worst thing you can do is like watch one YouTube video on Orderflow and then just like throw up. You never traded Orderflow before. You throw up an Orderflow chart, like a footprint chart or something, and then you just start thinking that you know what you're doing. You're gonna just get wrecked. You gotta understand it a little bit. Like auction theory and just understanding how this, like looking through the lens at these candlesticks, looking through the lens of it as if we're watching a live auction play out before our eyes to determine fair value, go from balance to imbalance, and shift control. You just need to like understand that first, I guess. I have videos on it. Sorry if I'm not explaining it well. It's like early as fuck in the morning, bro, so I explain it better in videos that I have. What do you mean that large orders still go the other way if context is right? Hayunki. Is that how you say your name? Hayunki? 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 Well, I will tell you one thing, Hayunki. A platform is not going to necessarily make you profitable. But if you just keep trying to learn, I think you'll eventually understand it. Yeah, there's probably a pretty good chance here right now that I'm not going to take another trade and just like call it a day, but I'm just going to sit here for a bit and kick it. Three-day stats. Sideways, so I gotta go like this. .69 profit factor. That's what's up. You must be slamming most of your trades to break even though if you have an average win-loss of a 0.59. Which, if you're doing that, then that makes your 86.27% win rate totally obsolete. But the profit factor is chill. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a trader that we know from here who moves to break even pretty quickly, and he does really well for himself. So this is where, at this point, is where I would be, I guess, cautious that we may potentially start to chop. Like come down here, pop back up, and then stay in between this high and this low. Just in case that happens, just be careful. Or we just pulled back and we're about to just run and make a new low. But if it was a different day, maybe I would trade that, but I don't know. Big trades come in selling. And there was no large orders, but there was a pullback. And then we see selling again, and we enter, goes down a bit, then reverses on us again. I think I might just be still waking up because I don't know how to visualize that. I don't know how to visualize that, I'm gonna be real. Big trades come in selling. Okay. And then there's no large orders, like passive orders, I would assume. And then there's a pullback. Okay, so let me try and visualize this. Big trade comes in. No large cluster of orders. We pull back, and then we see selling again. And it goes down a little bit. Yeah, okay. And then it reverses on us. Okay. I mean, this isn't going to be like an answer to your question, I guess, but before you look at any of this, like anything regarding footprint is like literally the last thing that I look at when I'm deciding whether or not to take a trade. Like there's so much context that has to go into direction and draw and understanding where we're likely to go before I go and look at this. Like it is not a good idea to just like, let's say we're not looking at any of this shit, okay? Let's say we're not looking at anything. We're not looking at any of the higher time frame. We're not looking at any structure or anything. And we're just over here and we're like zoomed in and we drop down to a 1 minute chart and we're like looking at this shit, okay? So we're like all zoomed in. And then we're over here on our footprint chart. Keep in mind, we have no idea where we're actually at now. Let's just say we didn't look at any of that. We have no idea where we're at in terms of location, which is the most important thing when it comes to taking a trade. First of all, location and timing, but location. So we have no idea where we're at, and we're just watching stuff on order flow, and we're trying to take trades off of it. You can't do that. Like let's say my bias is that we're going higher, okay? Well then, through that filter and understanding where that bias would get invalidated, then we can basically look at order flow for entries. I only look at order flow for entries and to understand when to sit out basically, or sit on the sidelines. So it's kind of hard to answer your question because it depends on what the context is that's surrounding that scenario. Like let's say honestly, bro, like I have a video on it. You gotta watch it. If you haven't watched it, just watch the video and then you could join the Discord and then just ask me questions on Discord. That's probably the easiest thing to do. But I'll see stuff on footprint and I'll just ignore it. I'll see stuff on footprint, and if it's against my bias, like if it's the other direction of my bias, I will just straight up ignore it. I'll understand that it's there, but I'm not going to use it to take a trade. Like let's say my bias right now is that we were going to come down, go up, and then now make a new low, okay? Or this is my idea of how I think price is going to play out. But then now you're over here and you're like, oh, we have this fair value gap with a low volume node. Well, would we be looking to try and take a rejection off of here? No. Why would we be doing that if we think price is going down? And vice versa. Like, there's certain things that I would just ignore. Like, if let's say this is what I think is going to happen and we see large buyers stepping in right here, that doesn't mean I'm just going to go long, because I need to see whether or not that attempt to hold or push back is going to even succeed or not, because it may just fail. It may just be a lame attempt and then we just continue. So like context is like so important when it comes to taking trades. And if you don't understand like where we are on the chart, you're just setting yourself up for failure. You're like zooming in with a microscope trying to see like shit that doesn't matter. I know that didn't answer your question, my bad, but I have a video about big trades. So help me get some watch hours and check it out. It's pretty good though. Spent a lot of time on it. It's a good video, I would say. If you're trying to understand big trades and heat map and like DOM levels, that's what that video is about. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna stop trading right now. I am up on the funded accounts over, I don't know, like $1,400 or something. I passed 2 alpha accounts. So now we have 8 funded accounts. I'm on the 4th day for this. So 1 more trading day for this account. I'll take another 5K payout after split, 4,500 bucks. And then in my book, that's a good day today. Past 2 accounts, got winning days on all the other fundeds. Slow price action, ended green. Green is green. At this point, I don't want to continue to trade this. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. And if you continue to trade, just, again, like always, be careful. And if you're down right now and you're like in drawdown, just understand that you don't need to make your money back today. There's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. So just don't sabotage yourself today if that's the case. Well, I'll catch you guys later.